Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chase. Welcome to ChasePacks. In today's video, we are getting into Pokemon stuff. Stuff in Pokemon is getting cheaper. Sealed product, singles. But with most things in this hobby, not everything's getting cheaper. Not everything's getting drastically cheaper. Some things are dropping, some things are actually going up. But with the market we've been having, it is just a relief that things aren't consistently going up. We're having a little bit of a little stagnation, a little things have hit a plateau, if you will, in the hobby. At least some things, not everything, but chances are, if you're looking for a sealed box from Scarlet and Violet, or you're looking for some singles, a lot of those sealed boxes are either staying where they're at or they're dropping, which is a relief. But before we get into it, I'll make this quick. It has been a while since I've made a video. A couple big life changes for me. Just had a baby, so adjusting to that, sleep, work, trying to make content, took a little break, just adjusting to all that. And then of course, as soon as I go back to start trying to make videos, I get super sick. So if you can't tell, I'm still kind of getting over it. It's been going around. Yeah. So a little bit of a hiatus for the baby, a little bit of a break from being sick, letting my body rest, but we'll get right into it. Brought up some sealed product and some singles. We're specifically covering the Scarlet and Violet era in this video, but I do want to get into some Sword and Shield, possibly some Sun and Moon, and see how they are performing at this time in the hobby where things are evening out and people are trying to offload some product and some singles and make a little bit more money than they might have if they waited longer. So let's get straight into it. Paldea Evolved. We're going to look at some booster boxes here in this video. Paldea Evolved. Yeah, this box got up went up super quick. I mean, 476 here at the beginning of October. We're on the 3-month chart here. Now, we're on the 3-month chart. It does say it's up 13% on the 3-month chart. But if you were looking here at the beginning of October, since October 3rd, it's at a consistent drop from 476 down here to 400, 15 items sold as of the beginning of November. So we got the market price at 397. We got some listings down here, 380. No sales on that. No sales on that guy, but 386, 401, 400, 406, 406. So, if you're looking to pick up Paldea Evolved, it might be wise to wait it out a little bit longer. But if you just can't help yourself, hey, I mean, $76 off its high here at the beginning of October ain't bad. But if you click on the 1-month chart, down 15%, right? So that chart looks good if you're a buyer right now. That in price might not be what you're looking for, but that chart is looking good and trending in the right direction if you're trying to pick up some of these Paldea Evolved boxes, which I am in the market for, but $397 might be a little much for me at this point. But Paldea Evolved, awesome set. Really like this set a lot. Obsidian Flames, a box that if you've been watching the channel, the booster box price for Obsidian Flames, I know it's an older set, but I just can't get behind the market price of 302. The more this box drops, the happier I'll feel about it. On the 1-month chart, it's down 9%. 3-month chart, it's still up 33%. And it's actually not really dropped yet. I mean, it started dropping right here at the end of October. Went from, let's see, around 330, and then we got some sales here at 305. Some listings down here, a little cheaper, 299, 300, 300, 298, 290, 308 on some listings for this Obsidian Flames box. It's not a terrible set, but I consider it personally one of my least favorite sets of the era. So the fact that this box is $302 when you could get a box like, we'll get to it, but Surging Sparks for 230 something. Yeah, I'm passing on this. But hey, if you like Obsidian Flames and you like the price, then I'm not telling you what to buy, but that's just my personal opinion. Paradox Rift, a set that I really do like, market price $235, up 12% on the 3-month chart, but like almost all of these booster boxes, I'm pretty sure, down on the 1-month chart. Here's the 1-month chart, down 22%. They're selling up here for pretty much $300. Now we're here at the beginning of November, $235. That is a lot better price, especially for this market. $230 for a booster box isn't ideal, but again, for this market and where it was, not looking too bad. Some listings down here, 239, 237, 232, 241. Um, I enjoy Paradox Rift. I think it's something that's slept on. Again, that's not a hot take. I think a lot of people feel that way. Or at least some of us. Paradox Rift, a box that slept on, and picked up a couple of these around, when were they? Pretty recently, for like 170, I think is what I got them for, because that's right when the market was getting ready to. Well, it was already moving up, but it's not as crazy as it is now. But Paradox Rift, great set. Love the cards in that set too. Temporal Forces is one of those boxes. Actually, this is the box, if I remember correctly, isn't really doing a whole lot of moving. On the 1 month chart, it's still up, barely up, but it is up. 3 month chart's up about 20%. Market price 270. End of September, you could pick it up for 254. And now again, we're at the beginning of November. It is up to 271. So Temporal Forces is a box that is not trending down. It is not trending down. Why? I'm not sure. But it's just not. Listings down here, 250, 265, 265, 270. So a box that I will hold off on. I'd much rather pick up Paradox Rift for 235 than pick this box up for 270, my personal opinion. But again, boxes in the 250 to 230 to 270 range in this market, the fact that they're staying where they're at and most of these are going down, it's a good sign. It's a good sign for, well, I mean, investors, collectors. Most people are still going to be priced out at that $250 mark for booster boxes. A lot of people just can't afford to buy those. And even if you can afford to buy them, if you're from around the time when you could pick up boxes for $100 to MSRP $161, then it's just hard. It's hard for those people to spend that much money on a booster box, and I get it. Destined Rivals, an amazing set, might be the best main series set from Scarlet and Violet. Market price 381. This thing went crazy here at the end of September. $454, 63 items sold, and trending down to where we're at today, 379. So a pretty significant drop. The 1 month chart shows a 5% decrease. 3 month chart, we're at a 23% increase. But yeah, 305 at the beginning of August, all the way up to 454 at the end of September. And again, to reiterate, back down to 380 something here in November. Some listings down here. Those are loose packs, 368, 381 for the actual 2 booster boxes listed down here. So yeah, that price range is looking a lot better than 454. But Destined Rivals, yeah, it's going to be one of those sets that when you look back to Scarlet and Violet and you're looking to pick up a booster box to hold long term, and you just know you're going to make your money back at some point, this is a box. That's the box right there. Twilight Masquerade. Greninja's phenomenal card from this set. I like the set overall. $307, not too shabby for this box and this market. Up 13% on the 3 month chart. We'll check out the 1 month. We're checking out. We usually don't look at the 1 month chart, to be honest. But considering that this downturn in pricing is happening within the month, pretty much, we're going to check out the 1 month chart. Down 7% on the 1 month chart. Beginning of October, 330, all the way down here. Yeah, 307. Beginning of November, which, the closer you can get to under $300 in this market, again, to reiterate, it's nice. It is nice. Some listings down here. Let's get to 300, 304, 304. So it's good. This is a good trend. It's a good trend for everybody. Let's be honest. Scarlet and Violet base. I say it every time. This is one of my favorite base sets. Outside of Mega Evolution, one of the best base sets that I can remember. Period. Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon. Mega Evolution probably does take the cake for a base set, but I know it's not a new gen, but I'm still considering Mega Evolution's a base set. But great base set, Market price 233, up 7% on the 3 month chart, down about 5% on the 1 month chart. 247 looks like. Let's get to the 3 month chart here. What's the high here? Yeah, 246 was the high here at the beginning of October, and we're steadily going down to within the last couple of days, 235, 8 items sold. Some listings down here, 205, 225, 230, 234. So yeah, some of these listings are below market price, which is nice. Good bit of boxes on the market as well, 378. This is just TCG Player, obviously. Stellar Crown, one of those sets that's just meh. It's okay to me. I probably prefer it over Obsidian Flames if I had to be honest, but mainly for that Bulbasaur Squirtle. But 14% up on a 3-month chart. 1-month chart, still up. So Temple Forces and Stellar Crown, 2 boxes that are not trending down on the 1-month chart. Market price $280. Listings $262, $262, $264, $265, $270 essentially there. Beautiful box. Love the artwork on this box. That doesn't really kill it. Doesn't really kill it with the artwork, but it's got 3 nice cards for me. It has the Bulbasaur, the Squirtle, and the Tropicos, which I've come to find with older sets, when sets get to be 5, 6, 7 years old, as long as that booster box, and I know that eventually it's not going to matter what cards are in it, just the fact that it's an old set and it's hard to find is going to make the price go up. But if that set has 2, 3, 4, at least 2 to 3 to 4 really nice cards that people like a lot, that really helps out the price long term as well. In that 4 to 7 year price range, I find. So Stellar Crown's one of those booster boxes that I think it'll do well long term. I did bring up some big cards from the Scarlet and Violet era, and almost all of them are not on the 1-month chart are not performing. Pretty significant price drops on some of these. So obviously the Magikarp illustration rare from Paldea Evolved, one of my favorite cards from the entire era. Beautiful card. Magikarp is a Gen 1 Pokemon, which I can appreciate because I'm a Gen 1 guy, but the artwork on this card, you could put any Pokemon right here where Magikarp is, the card's going to be fire. Beautiful, beautiful artwork there. 302 market price. Technically, it is up 22% on the 3-month chart, which is not surprising, but if you look here at the 1-month chart, it's down 22%. So here at the middle, or the beginning middle of October, selling for 384, steep drop down to 307. So that is a nice, it's still an insanely expensive illustration rare, right? $300 for a special illustration rare is crazy, but for an illustration rare to be $307 is wild. It is wild. But if you can get one of these in a PSA 10, you're going to make a whole lot of money. Around $2,000, I think is what they're going for right now. But they are very hard to grade, so it's a risky game to play if you're going to spend $300 on an illustration rare. Some of the listings down here, we got some near mints for $270, $270, the 2 cheapest ones here at the bottom. So might be able to pick up a decent copy of this for under market price there. The Charizard from Obsidian Flames, pretty much the only chase card people are looking for from Obsidian Flames. Market price $77. It hit a high point here at the beginning of September for $126, which, if we're talking special illustration rares and we're talking Charizard and we're talking about this market, not that crazy. I know the hit rates were a lot easier in Obsidian Flames, but I do like the artwork. Is it my favorite Charizard from Scarlet and Violet? The Scarlet and Violet era? Definitely not. I prefer the 151. I prefer the Paldean Fates. But yeah, down here to dropping down to $78. Had a high here, 126. So a pretty significant drop. And listings down here for right around market price. So if you're looking for a decent Charizard card and you can get it under $100 for a special illustration rare, there you go. The Groudon from Paradox Rift, or not a special illustration rare, a regular illustration rare, an amazing card, awesome Pokemon, up 26% on the 3-month chart, market price $86. Pretty pricey for an illustration rare, but it is the top chase card of the Paradox Rift. But beginning of October, $95, and down here to $86. So a reasonable, but decent drop. I'd like to see it get down here to where it was in August, around $71. But again, sealed products and some of these top hitting cards, a lot of these cards, not even just the top hitting cards, we're seeing a correction, right? You're seeing a whole lot of, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. You're seeing a whole lot of thumbnails for this is crashing, that's crashing, everything's going to zero. And, I think at this point, if you're somebody who's in the Pokemon hobby and I crap all over my mouse pad. if you're somebody who's in this hobby and you've been around long enough, you know what gets clicks. It's the crash. Stuff's going to the moon, stuff's crashing, stuff's going to the moon, stuff's crashing. People click on that stuff, and that's fine, and I get it. But this isn't a crash. And I could imagine that almost everybody who makes those thumbnails, they know that. They know this isn't a crash. You could just look at the look at the look at the prices on things. They're not, you know, uh, Destin Rivals isn't going from 500 to 150 or $170. You could maybe consider that a crash at that point. Probably would be, because if Destin Rivals is dropping like that, everything else is dropping like that. But it's just a correction, right? The hobby went nuts. Everything, every price range or every card, every sealed product went through the roof, and it just couldn't be sustained that way. Obviously, it just couldn't stay there, and definitely couldn't keep going up. So yeah, just a little bit of a correction, which is good. It's a good thing, right? Raging Bolt, an interesting card from Temple Forces, a special illustration rare, really awesome card. Raging Bolt as a Pokemon itself is just meh. It's a cool looking Pokemon. It just doesn't really have any significance to me personally, but interesting chart here. Market price $67. We'll start with the 1 month chart. It's technically down on the 1 month chart. This chart is wild looking. 3 month chart also down. 6 month chart also down. The 1 year chart down 20%. Pretty crazy. That's I think the only card that I've been investigating here lately that's down on the 1, 3, 6, and 1 year chart, which is pretty wild here. I had a high in December of last year of 108, and 16 items sold as of the past week at $67. So this is a card might be worth picking up for $67, being a special illustration rare, the top chase card from Temporal Forces. Obviously the Ghastly, I should have brought up the Ghastly. I didn't bring the Ghastly up. An awesome card, probably my favorite card from the set. But this is a special illustration rare, top performer, top chase card. And yeah, wild. Kind of the only card that I've seen in recent memory that's been dropping this whole entire time. I'm sure there's other ones that have, just not any that I've noticed. The Greninja from Twilight Masquerade, an amazing card, one of the best cards from the era for sure. Market price $375, up 37% on the 3 month chart, and there you go, up almost 4% on the 1 month chart. So Greninja's holding pretty strong. You can see it's dipping a little bit. The chart's trending down a little bit right here. Maybe it'll dip down and level out. One of those cards I don't see it dropping that significantly, considering that Twilight's not out of the reprint window, but it's also not, it's not Surging Sparks, it's not Journey Together, it's not Prismatic and Destined Rivals, it's not new. So, but gorgeous card. Steep price though, steep price. Squirtle, Stellar Crown, illustration rare, beautiful card. Market price $75. On the 1 month chart, it is down 14%. Looks like, let's go to the 3 month chart and look for the high here. Beginning of October, $88. And then now we're down here, $75. That's one item sold was that yesterday? And 4 items sold here at $74. So not a crazy drastic drop, but I mean, 87 to 74. If you're looking to pick up singles, that's a good enough swing to provoke you to buy it there. The second best performing card from Stellar Crown, the Bulbasaur, also an awesome card. Really enjoy this card. It's a toss-up for me between this Bulbasaur and the 151 Bulbasaur. If I had to pick, I'd probably lean towards the 151 Bulbasaur just because I like how the artist did it better. But this is a really fun card. Market price $57, up 22% on the 3 month chart. 1 month chart down about 8%. Looks like it. Let's go to the 3 month chart. Look for a high here. The high is around 65 in October. Yeah, again, $58, 17 items sold in the last 4 days. So let's look at some listings actually on this one. Yeah, 57 in market. Yeah, 48, 50, 50, 54, 58, 57. Okay, so yeah, so right around market price, but really nice Bulbasaur card there. All right, the Pikachu SIR from Surging Sparks. This card I feel like has been taking $50 price swings since I've been checking it out recently. $341 market price, 30% up on the 3 month chart. 1 month chart only down 1%. I feel like this card has kind of already done its thing as of late. So I guess I'm not shocked that this thing's not like super all over the place. You know, let's see here, a little low around 255 at the end of August, way back up here to 349. And then we got some sales 341 3 days ago. So yeah, I'm not shocked that this card just kind of hovers around the 300-ish price range for a while. But you never know. Surging Sparks, it's the sealed for Surging Sparks is something I'm looking into with how cheap, how much the booster boxes are dropping. I know we already covered it, but Lily's Clefairy, special illustration rare, 151 market price, up about 14% on the 3-month chart. Let's check out the 1-month chart. That thing's all wacky looking, but down 11% on the 1-month chart. Check out some listings for this. Yeah, 147, 47, 48, 148, 150, 151. So Lily's Clefairy is it's a nice artwork. It's just it's obviously a very cutesy card. You know, Lily's Clefairy. Yeah, not a big trainer guy, but I mean, if I pulled this card, I'd be happy about it. But I'm not going on my way to buy this card, especially for $151. I'd like to see when they're really nice artworks and they're like Pokemon that I enjoy, and they're nice, they're big hitting cards. If it's something that I really not like drawn to, I usually want to see those around $70 before I pick them up. Obviously, that's my personal opinion. There's plenty of people out there who would gladly pay $151 for this card, and good for you. That's just not me, my personal opinion. All right, the big boy from Scarlet and Violet era, the Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Destined Rivals SIR, market price $537, down about 2% on the 1-month chart. The 3-month chart is up 57%. You know, middle of August, 341, way up here to 582. And then within the last 4 days, one item sold $538. So a reasonably significant price drop. And it's not reflected in the percentage, but you know, going from 582 to 538, pretty nice drop. Pretty nice drop. You could take that money and spend it somewhere else in the hobby, or just keep it in your pocket. But it's a nice card. It's a really nice card. I will forever continue to say it as I look at this card. It's a nice card. I would be thrilled if I pulled this card. I'm never going to pay $537 for it, but yeah, Mewtwo cards. As Mewtwo cards go, I've seen better ones. The Crown Zenith Mewtwo, the V-Star is phenomenal. It's got to be one of my favorite Mewtwo's of all time, and I was really hoping this would like compare for me, and it just didn't. I would love to know your guys' opinions on this Mewtwo card now that it's been out for a while, because I know, you know, we got to look at this card. Everybody was like, okay, it's all right. It's all right. And then it releases, and now the thing's selling for $537. It's like, okay. Well, obviously, people like the card. They wouldn't pay that much money for it, right? But I am curious to know then, now that it's been out for a while, how are you guys feeling about this card? I'm thinking at this point, if they just took out Giovanni and just put Mewtwo in it, just like that, they could have kept the artwork the same. I probably would have liked it more. But that's coming from a guy who's not big into the trainer Pokemon. Like back in the day when they had Gym Heroes, and it was just the little circle picture of the trainer on the bottom right, and the Pokemon was on the card. I liked that. I did like that. This is a little much for me, but I would like to know your guys' opinion, like I said, now that it's been out a little bit longer. All right, guys, that was a little bit longer of a video, so we're going to wrap it up here. Let me know down in the comments, how are you feeling about the price swings with the sealed product and the singles? I'm going to imagine that if you've been around for a minute, you're probably very relieved. Even though it's not a crash, even though it's not even that big of a correction, you call it a little bit of a correction. I'd love to know how you feel about it. Are you trying to get rid of product? Is there things that you're holding that you're trying to sell now? Is there things that or cards that you're trying to pick up? What sealed product are you trying to pick up? I know personally, I'm starting to look a little bit more at Surging Sparks, but I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments. Hit all the like buttons, hit all the subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one.